Alright guys, we're back with what I believe is part 10 of our No Quitters multiplayer game. A recap of our situation. Somehow, likely through expenditure of great scientists, Greece has surpassed us in number of research techs, but we're still in good shape. We're pumping 324 science per turn. Sparta Sparta has an observatory, so Greece could also be pumping quite a large amount of science per turn. I'm going to move to Sparta and just see how much science they are making, given that I wouldn't be able to steal a tech for 35 turns anyways. So it's better to use my spies for recon than for tech stealing. My workers have improved almost all the tiles within my lands. Mr. Pang, Siam, is leading on almost all categories, and he'll soon take over the larger continent. Lucky Noob is soon to be eliminated. He lost his capital. Isabella was eliminated quite a while ago, and the Iroquois are basically out of the game. So if left unchecked, Siam will take over this continent, which is much larger than ours, and if we go to the extreme long game, since there's more landmass, is also much more likely to have uranium. Excellent, we just finished Big Ben, which means we'll be able to purchase our factories for much cheaper. Now I'm going to start on Brandenburg Gate, and here I'm going to purchase a factory for 660. Maybe I'll wait a little bit on that. I think Big Ben is supposed to give me a little more greater discount, so I want to wait a turn just to see if that 660 value changes. That value is probably correct, but I was hoping for a little more. So Mr. Pang has artillery and is taking out the last of Lucky Noob's cities. I can build a bank here to make sure I get my gold rolling. So they have an interesting V-shaped continent here, where we have a more of an L or J-shaped continent. Yep, so it looks like Siam's in the middle. Austria and Lucky Noob was on this arm, while the Iroquois were on the other arm of the V. And Spain was right here. So Spades and Mr. Pang both just entered the modern era, which isn't good. I wonder which tech they grabbed, and I wonder why they're advancing on tech so much faster than I am. So I have been stockpiling my great scientists. I still have enough military to defend myself. I'm 3 techs behind the leader, which is Greece at the moment. So we're gonna see how this all goes. Let's see if and how much oil we have, and based on that we'll decide if we want to go for units that don't require oil and get our production online with railways, or if we want to go for flight. Alright, so now we're only 1 tech behind Greece. That makes me feel a little bit better. I'm not sure if we should be more worried about Greece or about Siam. Greece is certainly the more immediate threat, but Siam is much stronger. So we'll see what Spades has to say about this. And we'll also take a look at what Sparta looks like. So Sparta is pumping 96 or 97 science per turn, and his capital, the last time I checked, I think was pumping 120 or 150, or less than 150 anyways. My capital is pumping 160, 50, 30, 30. So I think so while my capital is larger than Greece's capital, I think that they are allied with a lot of city-states. No, they're not. But they managed to grow their satellite cities a lot faster than I have. And coupled with the fact that they have an observatory means that they probably have a greater science output per turn than I do. They're also 1 step into rationalism, which is the same as me. And since they have 1, 2, 3, 4, and I also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 cities, we should be advancing through right, so I'm going to find out if I have oil soon. And what I was saying what I was typing and not paying too much attention to was that we need me and Greece need to team up to beat the much stronger Siam. So right now Siam is pumping almost twice the number of hammers per turn that I am. He's also leading on tech. So if we don't cooperate, we're in a bit of a pickle. So, my science per turn is not great. I'll get the next rationalism policy in 8 turns. Yeah, so the reason I save my great scientists is as long as I don't need that tech edge, the longer I save them, the higher my science per turn will be, and the more bang for my buck I'll get out of them. Alright, so do we have oil? Do we have oil? We do not have oil. Oh, I'm screwed. And it would appear that our entire landmass has but 3 oil. Is there some place that I can attack and get oil? So there's a 7 oil on Zanzibar. I can attack, but with what? Alright, and so because I didn't set up or queue what text I wanted to research next, I think it all got... Well, let's see if I have aluminum. If I don't have aluminum, then I'm in big trouble in terms of being able to build all of the powerful late game units. And what are you doing? Let's see, what units do I have? Alright, so we definitely need a plan to take out Siam. He's going for electronics. What I really need, if I'm going to be resource independent, is some quality infantry. So mechanized infantry is a long way away. Regular infantry is also a fair way away. So I think we're going to go this path. Um, hmm. Alright, so now we're going to find out if we at least have aluminum. If we don't have aluminum, we won't be able to build the strongest units, and we'll have to go with boring old infantry and artillery, which can still do the job, but I really would prefer to have bombers. They're extremely powerful, of course. After we finish this last batch of buildings, we're going to have to shift over to military, because this lead that Siam has is really becoming ridiculous. So we're going to have to go and take him out very shortly. Okay, good. So at least we have aluminum. 8 and 3. All of our aluminum was in Ragasu. And the Greeks are stealing text from me. What? You. Building a stock exchange. Move you to Athens. Cancel. Alright, so you guys have got to go and mine that aluminum. Alright, so now, given that we have aluminum, we can eventually go for some high-tech things. In particular, stealth bombers and jet fighters, but that's not for quite a long while. So I think I'm going to want to get railways up, and then or research labs first. How long will it take to get research labs? Quite a while. Let's grab railways first. Alright, so we just finished our bank. There aren't any wonders worth grabbing here. Alright, so quickly, Athens has, the Greeks have no aluminum, but Siam certainly does. He also has oil. Let's see what he has. Strategic resources, 3 aluminum, 2 coal. Alright, so we're gonna need our workers soon in order to build these railways. Alright, so I just finished Brandenburg Gate, which is very nice. Could grab a bank and purchase a hydro plant. That would give a nice boost to production. Hydro plant costs 660. Build a public school. So both Greece and I have good gold return and a good gold stockpile. Alright, so we just finished our public school. Make sure to use that specialist slot. You get an opera house online. Get through rationalism as quickly as possible. Alright, so we've got a research agreement with Greece, and I think we both understand that we can't attack each other without Siam winning. We've got public schools up in most of my large cities. Let's see, do I want to know where his capital is? Not really. Modify. Do you have any luxuries I want? You have sugar, and I will give you copper. I don't mind if he steals a couple tucks from me. He's so far behind. So I'm tied in terms of number of known techs. My manufactured goods are still in the toilet. So we are in really big trouble here if Siam decides to attack us. Fortunately, he has very few naval cities. Alright, so Greece is going for battleships, which require oil, so he can build at most 3 of them unless he gets some allies. And he does not have city-state allies. So I really do need to attack Zanzibar, because that'll give me access to oil and aluminum. This will massively boost my science from 364 to 412. I can build a hydro plant in 5 terms. I will build Kremlin, Louvre, Circus. So we have our artillery, which makes this defensive position a little stronger, but I think I can trust Greece at this point. So hydro plant is going to cost 660, which is going to take a while. Siam has almost twice the soldiers that I do now. And both Greece and I are tied for military might, and we're in second place for all of the other metrics. Alright, so we're going to start churning out military units, namely artillery. So after railroads, we're going to want to grab replaceable parts. Can build a lighthouse here. Ooh, so Greece just jumped another 2 techs. And Zanzibar just became allies with Siam, which gives them a lot of strategic resources, although they're not available for trade, so we don't actually see them. Just finished our last public school, so all 4 of our real cities have public schools. Spades just completed the Statue of Liberty, which is something that I wanted to go for, but that's okay. That's definitely one benefit of him using his great scientists early. He got to start certain world wonders early. We're going to have to pause the file here. I forgot to set a timer for this session, so I think that we went over.